The last time on BJN Gaming, I talked about most desired newcomers for Super Smash Bros. 4, and guess who ended up becoming one of them? Customizable Miis, which was the most desired on my list. Now we just have to wait and see if Girahim and the others can get there too. So yeah, because the Miis are now actual characters, I'm not going to do a video on how they would work because they're kind of already in. But anyway, this time I'm going to be talking about bosses. Pretty much if you've played a video game, you know what I'm talking about. Unless the only video game you've played is like Mario. Anyway, the Yellow Devil has already been confirmed as a hazard to the stage, but really, let's just face it, it's a boss. Anyway, bosses have been around since the first Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64. In Super Smash Bros., Master Hand was the only boss, but in Super Smash Bros. Melee, his brother, I guess, Crazy Hand, was introduced. With the Subspace Emissary story mode, we had a whole bunch of bosses. However, for Super Smash Bros. 4, I really don't think we should have original bosses like Duon and Galleon from Subspace. What they need to do for Super Smash Bros. 4 is bring in familiar bosses like Petey, Piranha, and Ridley. And it looks like Ridley's already been confirmed anyway, as a boss, not a character. Get it right, Beavers. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the chase before I waste any more time. Number 1 would be... oh yeah, that's right, Queen Goma. Queen Goma is the very first boss from the legendary Zelda game Ocarina of Time. Of course, since this is Super Smash Bros., parasitic armored arachnid Queen Goma would use quicker attacks, like perhaps a dash attack, jumping and dropping, and of course she would spawn her little mini Goma minions. Number 2, Dr. Eggman. Dr. Eggman from the Sonic series has been around for a while, and considering he's made thousands of robot machines, I'm sure one of them would be able to come into play as a boss. Or if Nintendo felt like it, they could do a completely different robot mech for the dock. Number 3, King Hippo. Now I haven't played any of the Punch-Out games except for the 2009 version on the Wii, but I know well enough that King Hippo can really pack a punch. I'm thinking just to keep it classic, they shouldn't put the manhole cover on King Hippo's gut to protect him, but still, Hippo's got a variety of moves. Number 4. Still waiting. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, that's right. Like Queen Goma, if there's one thing that Zelda games are really good at, it's making fun, hardcore, creative bosses. The 2011 game Skyward Sword in itself had a variety of bosses, and to pick only one of them for number 4 was really hard. But all in all, I'd have to say, wait a second. This might be a spoiler, so I'm just gonna let you know now. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna go ahead and let it sit here for a while, so you can skip over to number 5. Good? Okay, number 4 was a very hard choice between Galactus and Demise, and really, unless Girahim actually makes it as a character, Demise would have to be the best pick. I don't know what Demise's moves are, but one of my friends said that he was really fun and really hard to beat, so... Number 5, Medusa. Once again, this is another boss from some really great game that I haven't played myself, but have heard a lot about it. So I'm not going to waste any time about a boss that I don't know about, so... Number 6, Dark Manita. If you own a Wii U, then it's likely that you also own the game Nintendo Land, and if you don't, then buy it, because it is pretty much the best way to show what the Wii U can do. But anyway, Monita is the tour guide that you meet at the very beginning of the game. Not nearly as annoying as Navi from Ocarina of Time, but still pretty pesky nonetheless. But anyway, her alter ego, Dark Manita, is the boss that I'm thinking of right now. Dark Manita really isn't that powerful of a boss in Nintendo Land, and mainly all she does is spawn minions. But this is Sakurai we're talking about, and I know he could give Monita some more moves. So yeah, for the Wii U owners, I would very much appreciate it if you put Dark Monita in as a boss Sakurai. Did I just make a fart sound with my mouth? Number 7. Warning! Warning! Spoilers! Upcoming spoilers for Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Yeah, I know, more spoilers, that's great. So, go ahead and skip to number 8. Are we good here? I have not played many of the Kirby games, and in fact, the first time I met Kirby was in Super Smash Bros. Melee, which was my childhood game, practically. Boss number 7 is the last boss from Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And if you haven't gotten to the end of the game and you didn't skip, then it's your fault, so... Magolor. I'm thinking for a Magolor battle, it would have two phases kind of like in the game. You have your Sorcerer Magolor and then Magolor's Soul. Considering that Return to Dreamland is also a side-scrolling game, a lot of Magolor's moves wouldn't be that hard to replicate in Super Smash Bros. 4. Number 8. Bouldergeist. Bouldergeist is the ghostly rock boss from Super Mario Galaxy, and if you've gotten that far in the game, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Bouldergeist attacks by making rocks come out of the ground and then hurling them at you. He can also attack by making stone pillars come out of the ground, and can also send his black boo minions at you. And he's got like the best boss music in Super Mario Galaxy. Of course, some changes would be needed to be made to Boulder Guys, considering that it's not a 2D side-scrolling platformer like Super Smash Bros. Number 9, King Boo. Yes, for the third time in this list, this is a boss that I have never faced against myself. I'm not sure when King Boo made his first appearance, but I know that he is a boss in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. And once again, this is a game that I haven't necessarily played myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I guess we should go ahead and finish it up with number 10. Number 10, Bass. Since the Yellow Devil is already appearing as a boss, if you will, I'm thinking that Mega Man's most bitter rival, Bass, should definitely be a boss as well. Even though he's a little bit taller than Mega Man, and he's not exactly boss size, unless Bass is going to be an actual character, I don't see why you shouldn't make him as a boss. And if he does appear as a boss, he would definitely need to combine with Treble at half health. So yeah, that's my list for desired bosses for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. Unfortunately, no, I'm not going to do a no-hope character boss list like the last one, so I do want to make one more Super Smash Bros. 4 video concerning skins or alternate costumes or whatever you want to call them. If you're interested in seeing my Super Smash Bros. 4 newcomer wish list, the link is right here. Hang on, now this time I am making a clever, witty statement about Super Smash Bros. No, I'm coming up with it. Just give me a few minutes. No, but I will. I can come up with one. Just give me some time. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna waste any more time. It's evaluation time.